We got James Harden and that beard of his. Look, this guy's relentless. We know he's going to attack the basket all night long, so I'm going to make it my personal mission to keep that from happening. As long as we keep jumping those passing lanes, we can give them a run for their money. I know I'll be ready.
UK Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Utah, downtown Salt Lake City, Utah, the home of the Jazz, Energy Solutions Arena. We're all set to bring you NBA action. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. So on the floor for Houston, Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Down low, it's Jones and Howard together. And it's Lawson in at the point guard position.
You know, as I watched Derek Favors last season, he continued to develop his offense. He was a big, unpolished athlete coming into the league. Had some conditioning problems, but now it seems like he's on track to be a force as a power forward.
Offensive rebound. Here's Booker, and it's sent back by Howard.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Here's Jones. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Here's Freak. 14 points from him the last game against Memphis. The Jazz again can't hit it. The Rockets trail. Lawson kicks to Jones. And he hits it to tie the game up. Jones has got his second basket of the night.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Taking a look now at stats for Harden. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Yeah, you know, you just plug him in. He's a flat-out scoring machine. When you plug him up, let him go.
The Jazz making a switch here. Exum's checked in. Harden dishes to Beverly. Harden sets the pick for Beverly. Chance there to take the lead, missing. Jazz have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Exum kicks to Freak. Here's Booker, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Block shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
You know, and Akeem the Dream, certainly one of the greatest all-around players to have ever played the game. An endless array of offensive moves down low, no doubt. And defensively, his numbers speak for themselves. I mean, almost 4,000 career blocks, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, just a legendary low-post defender.
Exum passes to Freak. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Freak's got his second basket.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Utah leading by 5. And it's Exum in the corner. Now here's Freak, guarded by Harden. Here's Freak. Harden grabs the miss.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
Yeah, and I think the quickness of the closeout really threw him off.
And with that height advantage right there, he had a good, clear look at the basket.
And Utah making a change here. Hood's checked in. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Houston. They set the pick. Freak sets a screen for Exum. Here's Lyles. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Freak. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Well, who's had the hot hand from the 2 position over the last 10 games? Highest field goal percentages right here on the 2K leaderboard. Freak number 1. 4th, James Harden.
You know, just ask this group. Sometimes when you're hot, you're hot. And it's a comforting feeling for a coach to know you've got one of those guys roaming on the perimeter.
And not only can they light it up from the perimeter, Greg, but they get their buckets getting to the rim as well. I mean, aggressive moves to the basket are always going to help your shooting percentage. You got to get some easy ones to shoot a high percentage.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
Freak sets a screen for Exum. Freak passes to Lyles. Hood dishes to Freak. 6 to shoot. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Shot's good by Lyles. And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I talked about that. And Clark, you know, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, you know, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
Exum kicks to Freak. The dish now to Exum. Now here's Freak. Tight defense on him. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Freak's got 7 points.
That's a terrific move to the basket. The defense played that one well, but it didn't make any difference.
Howard setting the pick for Beverly. To the paint, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
For Dwight Howard, guys, there were 2 or 3 seasons in Orlando and L.A. that seemed like one big soap opera. So now, to me, it seems like he's happy and settled, though, here in Houston.
And both free throws good for Howard. And it seems, Greg, that, you know, as he was just talking moments ago about Howard finding his niche in Houston, it seems he's more comfortable. Certainly a great legacy of terrific big men for the Rockets. Clark, you know that firsthand. They've had some terrific names over the years.
How about Yao Ming, Kevin? Moses Malone, Elvin Hayes, Hakeem Olajuwon. No greater roster of big men than that one there.
The open shot by Brewer. Rebounded by the Jazz. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
And you guys know how much I love aggressive defense, but in that game, they were just a bit over the top, and it wound up getting them in foul trouble.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was not just aggressive, it was reckless. I mean, they approached it more like bumper cars in a game of basketball.
Now, here's Beverly. He's tightly guarded, and yes, sir, that one drops. Beverly's got his second basket of the night.
And when it comes to size, it's not a one-on-one matchup that favors him.
Well, you wouldn't know it with that finish, I tell you. I mean, that took a little bit of creativity right there.
Now here's Freak. 7 points in the game. Shot off the pick. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Freak's got 9 points.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And now let's hear from Ty Lawson talking about the balanced attack of this Denver Nugget team. Well, that was the game plan a couple years ago when Denver was good enough to make the playoffs, and Ty Lawson was at the controls.
You know, but not enough firepower to be able to sustain with the elite teams, say like the Warriors or the Rockets. Ty Lawson, a solid, dependable player in our league, but this is still a league where you need your superstars to win rings.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
Not much room to operate offensively. The defense has been stifling through the first.
Greg, they haven't given up a lot of easy chances at all.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Utah, the forwards are Hayward and Favors. Freak is out there with Trey Burke, and it's Gobert in at the center, locking down the middle. From the sideline, let's catch up with Dort.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the came through when they needed him to. He ended with 14 points and added a couple of rebounds with that. Overall, just an incredible bonus for he made a big impact coming off the bench.
All right, Doris, thanks. That really was a skiller game for him, even by his standards, guys.
And how about the high standards he has for himself? Really did have it all working for him in that game.
Anxious to see what's in his for an encore today. I mean, it's awfully difficult to top last game.
Odi Eunice has the open look. That is in there. Lawson with the assist. Lawson's got his third assist on the night. The Jazz shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Now here's Freak, guarded by Harden. Freak passes to Gobert. Here's Burke, Lawson defending. Burke dishes to Freak. In it goes for the fifth time and 10 shots for him this game.
How about that, going up strong? I mean, he doesn't care how much height he's giving up. It's attitude with him.
Lawson kicks to Harden. Wide open look. Good as the jump shot falls. Harden's got the game tied up here for the Rockets.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Now here's Freak, guarded by Harden. Freak passes to Favors. On its way from Hayward for two. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. Hayward's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, I tell you what, Gordon Hayward really is fun to watch shooting the ball the way he does.
Screen by Jones. Lawson kicks to Jones. From deep, Harden. And another three for Houston.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Burke dishes to Freak. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. And Hayward gets it to go.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Lawson with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against San Antonio. Harden, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. They get Derek Favors. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Utah.
You've got to like the consistency.
Houston in the lead. And it's Ariza in the corner. Pass to Thornton. Fires for three. No luck. Now the Jazz take it the other way. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston this season.
Yeah, and a 4-game season series between these two. Both will be looking to set the tone tonight.
Yeah, and as they renew acquaintances, if you're the underdog, you always want to show, hey, we've got something new up our sleeves. It should be fun.
Just 3 to shoot. Stolen by Beverly. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Brewer. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
One thing about Corey Brewer, he's a defensive specialist, has a combination of size and quickness that's real hard to score against. I mean, equally good at defending in the half court or transition.
Gobert, he's checked in for Booker. Going back to Corey Brewer, he also has a 6th sense of sniffing out steal opportunities. Very quick hands. He's averaged 1.5 steals a game over his career.
And Kevin, Corey's one of those guys that's always going to give that effort offensively and find ways to contribute there. But more importantly, he's going to give you results on the defensive side of the ball.
He has an amazing motor. It never shuts down. Hood kicks to Exum. Down low. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And checking out the stats for Beverly. Over the last 10 games or so, he's really shown up. 7th in three-point field goal percentage, 16th in steals, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Opportunities at the line.
And, you know, back to his efficient defenses are now trying to deny him the basketball, but really not having any success.
1:09 left to play here in the second quarter. Down low. Here's Brewer. Drops in the tray. Brewer's got 5 now.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Exum passes to Freak. There's the screen. Here's Lyles, and they will call over the back on the play.
And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound. Just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
And Corey Brewer, guys, out of Florida, remember, won those 2 national championships, teaming up with Joakim Noah and Al Horford. Terrific quickness, and that rangy frame makes him a disruptive defender. Great versatility as well on that end of the floor.
The dive for the ball. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
Tape up. Tape up.
There's 21 seconds left in the first half. Now Beverly. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Pass to Thornton. Ariza outside. Misses the wing J. And a pretty tight.
You guys had the lead after the first, but now find yourselves behind. What's the mindset of this team heading into the break?
Hey guys, some keys to talk about from what I've seen so far. This is a tight ball game, but remember, this is our house. Nice work coming off the bench, guys. Great energy, great offense. We really got to show our depth in the first half. Our offense in the paint was a positive. Our entry passes were sharp, and you showed off some excellent post moves. Really nice footwork down there. And just to talk about what we want for the pace of the game, I'd say nice and steady suits us just fine. It doesn't have to be a track meet. We know we can take their best punches and hang with them. Now it's time to hit them with everything we got and see how they handle it.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half. A different look for Utah. Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for Gobert. Freak comes in for Burks. And it's Exum in for Trey Burke. Houston also making some changes. Monte comes in for Dwight Howard. And Corey Brewer's subbed in for Trevor Ariza. And so in the game for the Rockets, they've got Jones. Monte out there with Corey Brewer. Then it's Lawson. And it's Harden in at the 2 spot. And it's Freak missing. Last outing for Houston, it was a loss to the Spurs in San Antonio.
Probably their poorest defensive effort all season long. I mean, at home, that kind of D is not going to cut it. Never mind when you're on the road.
Hey, I don't know, guys. This may be all speculation. Perhaps they had a bad flight into town the night before, and we all know a rough flight in can lead to turbulence on the court.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Houston.
I like the work they've done at the free throw line all throughout this game. They've been the aggressors.
They've really been on fire from beyond the arc tonight, too. I mean, a lot of their points have come from out there.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Ty Lawson. And Beverly kicks to Montezunis. Hayward grabs the board. Hayward's got 6 rebounds in the game. Favors with a screen on Beverly. Hayward dishes to Freak. Another miss by Utah.
Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
And I wouldn't bet against him in that situation the next time out.
Exum passes to Favors. Dishes it to Exum. Favors with the screen. Now here's Freak. Defense is right there. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He dishes it to Booker. No good. Good work defensively by Jones. And Beverly kicks to Montezunis. Last season we saw Montezunis make some nice strides.
Yeah, big uptick in his scoring efficiency, Kevin. Both his shooting from beyond the arc and from within the arc increased.
And they're having a lot of trouble at the line today, and unfortunately it's the kind of day we've seen this team have a lot.
And the Jazz making a change here. Lyles checked in. Hayward goes in. They shoot again, and there's a whistle. That goes on Terrence Jones. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for the Rockets. Freak kicks to Exum. Out to the right wing. Here's Lyles. Uses the glass that time, and it's good. Lyles got his 2nd basket of the night.
And Montezunis actually showing a newfound post repertoire there. I mean, he's deceptive. He has hooks and pump fakes, little up and unders. The Rockets looked to him for offense when they weren't playing through Harden. They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Yeah, they're hustling and giving a good effort, that's for sure, but unfortunately, the execution has been lacking.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay. And Montezunis is a very confident player. I think where he can still improve is his rebounding and defensive impact. With a 7-foot frame, he's got to learn to play like a 7-footer.
Nice work there coming off the screen. Beverly's got 6 points.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Knocked loose. Screen by Jones. Here's Brewer. And it's Houston with another.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper?
Jazz trail by 10. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's foul number 2 for him. Rodney Hood's checked in for the Jazz. And here's Freak, 15 points in the game. And the shot is long.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
And Thornton kicks to Jones. 5 to shoot. Jones sets the pick for Beverly. Houston needs to get a shot off. Here's Brewer. And it's Freak with the rebound. Now here's Exum, defended by Beverly. One play in the 3rd.
Move the ball. Sticking too much.
Freak dishes to Hood. He feeds it to Freak. 11 feet away. Utah the rebound.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Guys, I was able to listen in on what Quinn Snyder was going over with his team. He told Gobert that he wants their offense to run through him. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Jazz trail by 10. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Gobert, the screen. Here's Hood. His three-pointers off the mark.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Gobert against Beverly. With the shot. Shot no good. Nice D from Freak. Fires top of the key. They get it again. Gobert the pass to Booker. The shot misses. Here's Brewer. He fights to the rim for the layup. And it's a 12-point Houston lead. Hood. No good. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. Checked in for Burks. Terrence Jones is checked in for Houston. Patrick Beverly comes in for Brewer. And so here is Houston. They've held a 12-point lead early. Favors and Gobert, the shot blocking duo inside. Burke is out there with Freak, and it's Hayward in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz.
And if you thought this game was over already, you're probably right.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's staring us right in the face, and we've been around long enough to know when a game is over, and this one is in that category.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's face and then go and corral that backboard.
Harden against Hayward. Harden kicks to Howard. Now here's Beverly. So we see the Rockets get the win here. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to.
Dwight coming off
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden.
I thought this performance he needed to deliver, Ernie. He needed this game. You look at how he...
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.
I told you, Dom Pagnotti always delivers. Brand Jordan Freak prototypes. Open the box, check them out.
Ooh, my Christmas and my birthday on the same day. Oh, Dom.
You love them?
I love them.
Hey, they're waiting for your approval for production.
Approved.
Approved?
Approved.
Done. I'll make the call.
In Pagnotti we trust.
I told you you'd love them.
Man.
Hey, I'm gonna have you playing in those in 30 days or less.
Oh, money. Oh, man.
Freaking and vibing. Freaking and vibing.
Freaking and vibing in these, baby.
I'm coming home. New York City, baby. I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pops, and Cece, yeah, they're going to be there. Playing in front of them in an NBA uniform for the first time is going to be a special moment for me. Now, I know all of Harlem's going to be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good, though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And now be ready.
A beautiful view from the Manhattan Bridge looking west to the setting sun. Live from New York, 2K Sports proudly brings you Knicks basketball. The Jazz in the midst of a road trip going into this one. Serafin, he's checked in for Lopez. Porzingis comes in for Louis Amundsen. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Jose Calderon. The Jazz also changing it up. Booker, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Freak comes in for Burks. And it's Dante Exum in for Burke. So on the floor for Utah. Freak in at shooting guard. Favors is out there with Booker. And it's Hayward. And it's Exum in at the point. They set the pick. It's Freak, top of the key. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And in that, guys, they were just about as dominant on the interior as you could ever be.
And once they got a few rejections, they had opposing scorers looking for those long arms and hands. And it caused hesitation in taking shots in there. The past few weeks, you can see how Utah stacks up. 17th in fewest turnovers per game, 20th in opponent field goal shooting. And for opponent scoring numbers, not so strong. Only in the top 20 in the league in that category. They leave a lot to be desired at the defensive end.
The Knicks making a switch here. Williams is checked in, and Utah also making a switch. Hood's checked in. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. New York leading by 5.
And guys, as many do, Rodney Hood major bumps in the road last season. I mean, he came in with the reputation of having an NBA jumper. He hit 41% of his shots. He had that foot injury that kept him out for a string of games. However, it really all came together for him in April of the season.
Afflalo left side. Here's Porzingis. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. You're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
The Knicks shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
The pass to Freak. They swipe it. Afflalo outside. He dishes it to Galloway. There's the pick. Four on the clock. Terrific design on the pick play. He lays it in. And the Knicks lead by 5.
And those are two teammates right there working in rhythm. One setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Hood dishes to Booker. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Afflalo. Swiped it away. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for New York?
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, pressure on the ball handlers.
You know, another thing they've done well, guys, this first half is challenge shooters and change shots. A bunch of block shots early.
Utah shooting their first free throw of the night.
in terms of free throw shooting, just around 70% on the season.
And this year they haven't maintained the free throw percentage they had last season.
Galloway, the pass to Seraphin.
Quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
New York. Last time they met was in Utah, where they beat.
This game between these two in that last matchup, it took a total effort for them to get the win.
It sure did, and they got a lot of scoring from their bench, Greg, and I think that crucial difference. He always knows, Kevin, that will let him ball where he wants it for him.
1:22 left in the first quarter. Here's Favors. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Favors has got 8 points.
And just a solid way to start the game. 4-5.
Williams dishes to Aflalo. They set the screen. Here's Galloway. Second chance shot. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line.
And guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
Kyle Oak checked in for Kevin Seraphin. Exum passes to Freak. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Ingles. That 3 off the mark. Greg, you're right with Porzingis. It made sense for him to wait one more year. Mark has a lot to learn, but still comes over, as a much talked about player, a much better player than had he declared last season.
I agree with you, yet he'll still need time to develop, but all the ingredients are there. He's got a chance to be a really good player.
Yeah, the Latvian had a great shot for his height, and he'll be an interesting stretch for in the NBA.
Good call.
On the wing of Flello. Pass to Galloway. There's the 3. Can't get it to go. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Knicks lead by 6. And we'll be back. Transitioning from college to the pros can be a challenge for many players. Here's what Freak had to say. Good points, Clark. What role do coaches play in helping young players? So, New York going with almost an entire new group here. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Porzingis comes in for Louis Amundsen. Derek Williams, he checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Aflalo in for Langston Galloway. So, Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Derek Favors checked in for Booker. Rodney Hood comes in for Gordon Hayward. Freaks checked in for Joe Ingles, and it's Exum in for Burke. They've got Porzingis. Aflalo is out there with Calderon. And it's Kevin Seraphin. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. That's the 5 for New York right now. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Hornets got the job. He ended with 17 points and was just efficient on the offensive end, picking his spots on when to keep the ball or try his own luck. He seemed to be everywhere on the floor the entire time and really was the star of the show, Kevin.
Doris, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing.
And I'll be interested to see how much he's got left in the tank. I mean, that performance had a lot out of him.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes supreme confidence can your stamina and endurance. So I'll be interested to see how that affects his play.
No good.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
And here's Calderon. He's got 5. Launches a 3. And Aflalo. Bucket on the assist by Calderon. Calderon's got his 6th assist on the night. Exum stolen by Seraphin. And now in transition, it's Aflalo. Here we go. And stolen by Favors. It's Freak, top of the key. Passes to Gobert. Kicks it to Exum. Freak with it. He's against Williams. And it's Freak missing.
Not the best shot right there with the good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for, but he can really cause problems with his defense.
Calderon with it. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Lets it fly. His fifth miss. Out 2 for 7 from the floor.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Hood dishes to Favors. Gobert the screen. They set the screen. Shot off the screen. It's rebounded by Seraphin. Seraphin's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Calderon kicks to Williams. 1:44 left to play here in the half. Here's Aflalo, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Aflalo's got the lead up to 8 now for the Knicks.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
Williams passes to Porzingis. Calderon with it. Now defended by Exum. Left side Williams with his first shot attempt. Goes up again. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And checking out some numbers for Gobert. He's one of the standouts over the last month. He's around 6 points per game, 10 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And you talk about a difference maker. He's a factor inside with his length and activity.
Exactly what you want from your bigs. Protect the rim, pound the glass, and intimidate.
Alec Burks checked in for the Jazz. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. You know, Clark, the thing you like about Derek Favors is he keeps adding to his game every year. You forget how young he is, too.
That's exactly right. We need a reminder. This guy came into the league very early, right after a year of college. Seems like he's been around forever.
And for Favors and his youth, he has made big strides. And in a few years' time could be one of the more dominant bigs in our league.
Follow the pass to Porzingis, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there. Let's check out the NBA's top producers from three-point land. 4th, Freak.
What a percentage that is for him from three-point range this season. His deep touch is about as good as you're going to see. And guys, with Favors, his development, you know, you forget, sometimes it takes big men a little longer to figure it out. I mean, he's certainly been putting it together here the last few seasons. A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Calderon kicks to Aflalo. And that comes off the assist by Calderon. Calderon's got his 7th assist in the game.
Defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And Derek Favors with the slam.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
And, guys, it was a terrific understanding between teammates that made that possible. They really did read each other well there. You know, when he gets rolling, guys, he can be an absolute handful to have to deal with. And right now, he is rolling strong.
And that does it for the first half.
Well, obviously a lot of ground for you guys to make up in that second half. Do you expect Coach to shake things up to try to jumpstart you here in the third?
I wouldn't be surprised if he did. We came out and laid an egg that first half, straight up. Right now, any change to wake us up would be welcome. But we know we can play a lot better than that.
Hang tough, young man. Kevin, this league is not easy on the young ones.
Thanks, Doris, and we'll be back.
Hey guys, settle down for a second. I noticed a couple of things from that first half. If there's a soft spot in their defense, it's on the break. We did some damage when we pushed it, and there are more points out there for us in transition. And let's work a lot harder to find open looks from three-point range. We've been forcing those up instead of rotating the ball and finding space. And when we get the ball, we can look to start the break if it's there for us. But I don't want to push it just because we have some ground to make up. We don't have any excuses for putting ourselves in this hole. All we can do is everything we got to dig ourselves out of it.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway.
You're hot. You're hot. And that's...
So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Porzingis comes in for Louis Amundsen. Williams, he's checked in for Anthony. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. And so in the game for the Jazz, Freak in a two-guard. Also Exum out there, Hood out there with Booker. And it's Ingles in at the 4 spot. Pass to Porzingis. Galloway kicks to O'Quinn. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Oh, we've got a moment here. Let's look at the last month and the Knicks and how they ranked in the NBA. 4th in free throw percentage, 5th in fast break points. And they are in the top 10 in field goal percentage. This is a team that shows excellent discipline at the offensive end.
And talking about how consistent they've been at the foul line. So often it's an afterthought, but the good teams find a way to make teams pay for sending them to the free throw line. That's been a key all season.
Freak kicks to Ingles. Now Freak, he's got 9. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Exum's shot is off. Booker. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You take a look at the Warriors. And not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in that number 1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And checking out Utah, they have a lot of ground to make up.
And seeing where Utah is, this season has to really become a wake-up call for them moving forward. If they didn't recognize before this year that they didn't have the talent to compete in this league, they sure as heck better recognize it now.
Well, I would certainly hope so. I mean, it's been hard to watch this team struggle as much as they have throughout most of this season.
Here's Galloway. He's got 9. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Oh, that's a tough 3-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense. Looking at the game so far for Freak, 9 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. And Utah also making a switch. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Joe Ingles. New York leading by 10. And there's the pass to Porzingis. There's the screen. Out left to the wing. There's Galloway. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Beyond the arc. Utah with the rebound. Gobert's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Stolen by Seraphin. Now here's Calderon. He's got 5. And here's Seraphin. There's the dish to Calderon. Shot to end this cold run. Galloway with the bucket. Galloway has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for the Knicks. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Knicks.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they've defended the rim, as they've challenged every shot and also gotten quite a few blocks as well.
Just 2 to shoot. The Jazz with another miss. The Knicks leading by 13. He feeds it to Calderon. Outside Williams. Beyond the arc. And again, New York with the triple.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Utah has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Exum dishes to Freak. To the wing right side. Elbow shot is on the way. Pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way. Freak's got 13 points. So for the Jazz, their last game a loss to the Hornets in Charlotte.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd a bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with a road win. Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, and maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
And now Utah, fast break. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
The Knicks making a switch here. Aflalo's checked in. Both good from the line that time.
And, you know, guys, Dante Exum is such a fluid, versatile athlete. Really shows great promise. Has tremendous size and length for a point guard. Can also play the 2. His rookie season last year, though, a mixed bag.
Calderon has the open look. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Calderon's got his 3rd basket of the night. Jazz trail by 12. The feed to Hood. Gobert the screen. Dishes to Freak. Gobert the screen. Freak passes to Gobert. Freak with it. 15 points in the game. He kicks to Gobert, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation. And so here is New York. At one point, they led by 16. Here's Calderon. Off the mark. And as we end the 3rd quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough. Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. For the Knicks, Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Calderon. And it's Porzingis in for Aaron Aflalo. Booker, he's checked in for Utah. Freak comes in for Burks. Amundsen is out there with Kyle O'Quinn. Then it's Anthony. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Porzingis in at the 2-guard position. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. The Knicks leading by 18. Anthony kicks to Amundsen. He dishes it to O'Quinn. Pass to Amundsen. Inside. Some nice passing by New York here. And he gets it to go. Jazz trail by 20. Gobert with a screen on Anthony. Burke dishes to Booker. The Knicks pull it in. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Anthony, the pass to Porzingis.
And guys, something new for the NBA is the HGH testing that's been put in place. It's something the league hasn't had too many issues with or even accusations, but better to stamp it out early. And hard to argue that it should be in place.
Burke kicks to Freak. Stolen by O'Quinn. Outside Anthony. Passes it to Porzingis. Feeds it to Amundsen. The shot is off. So Utah will take it the other way. And with the HGH test, it's done in every major sport. Seems like the right thing to do for the NBA. Just make sure everyone is on a level playing field, so to speak.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I think the punishment will be fair. First positive gets you a 20-game ban. The second one, 45.
Anthony dishes to Amundsen. To the middle. Anthony with the bucket. Anthony's got 24 points.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Burke kicks to Freak. Hayward on the wing. To the paint. Here's Freak. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Now, here's O'Quinn, defended by Hayward. O'Quinn, the pass to Porzingis. Great D that time from Freak.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. The Knicks leading by 22. Anthony kicks to Amundsen. Pass to O'Quinn. Here's Porzingis, defended by Booker. Nice shot by Porzingis.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
For Utah, they've gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Here's Freak. And the 3-ball is good. Freak's got 20.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Knicks.
But, Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out Clark this kind of punishment.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
They simply refused to let their opponent off the hook in either game of this season series. That's why they're going to finish the year with a record of 2-0 against the Jazz.
And we've come to expect nothing less from one of the league's elite players, but another tour de force for Anthony. And the way he was able to dice up their D with his passing really made things easy for everyone else on his team.
Amundsen dishes to Carmelo. Kicks it to Amundsen. Takes the 13-footer. Can't get it to go. And it's Utah the other way. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And it's Freak missing. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Now the pass to O'Quinn. Booker pulls it in. Now Burke. Here's Freak. So no problem for New York as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just...
Carmelo, we have...
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan. Carmelo Anthony. No matter what they threw at him during the second half, it seemed like he had the answer and was able to find all the shots he wanted.
We've seen so many performances like that over the course of Carmelo Anthony's career.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening.
As I was saying, got a real big problem. All this kitty stuff, you evil twins, CC and Dom got you doing Vet, what was that word he was using?
Rebrand?
No. Recalibrate. All this stuff they got you doing to recalibrate your image is cost you in the hood, fam. Yo, the streets is watching, and they're not convinced.
Vic, how many times do I have to tell you? The streets ain't always right, man.
Nah. It's always good in the hood. Let's not forget, I am a student of human nature, all right? Take your man here. He's playing his hair video game is to not address the reason why his brand Jordan sneakers are sitting on store shelves collecting dust.
Ooh.
Okay, what are your suggestions, Victor?
He wants you to rob a bodega. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Look, man, I'm not talking about some focus group, all right? I'm talking about the hood. They don't trust you no more. They see you coming to the arenas wearing them tight pants y'all ballers be wearing. Your high water ankles be showing. Your pants is just so tight, man. Your ankles be choking. Air it out some. People don't see themselves in you anymore. Look at me. People don't recognize themselves in who you are. Okay, you want to recalibrate? Fine, B, go ahead. But recalibrate back to Harlem. Remind these fools where you from. Represent, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's that Jesus piece you used to rock? Nah, that Shuttlesworth.
With them fake chains we used to wear.
Yo, but that's my point. Yo, let me get you some nice jewels, huh? Make you flossy. Get you a new whip, something that the hood will love. Let's remind these fools that you the Harlem Renaissance up in this piece. Get a club, I don't know, something. Just throw your weight around, man.
I mean, at least get me some, too.
Yeah, and get some nice free vet, too.
Nah, but for real, in all seriousness. You think it's that bad?
Yo. Cats be laughing at your corny commercials, B.
Come on.
But that's what I'm saying. Yo, we could change all that. Hey, now, I know CC's your manager and all, but everywhere she leads, you can't always follow. Now, I'm not trying to catch no charge, but CC got people out here laughing at you, fam. Now, just let me take care of everything. You the CEO, I'm the CFO, Chief Flossing Officer. You hit me with that bread, and I got you.
CC.
How y'all doing?
What up, CC?
Freak, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, what up?
In private?
CC, go ahead.
Okay, well, I thought we were supposed to be having a private meeting today to discuss business.
CC, what you think we doing?
Am I talking to you? You know what? Y'all ain't talking business. Y'all talking nonsense.
We were actually discussing the questionable nature of the promotional strategy that you and Dom have employed on Freak's behalf, and how it doesn't necessarily resonate with his core fan base, primarily due to the fact that it negates the legitimacy of his personal background and history in favor of reaching a larger, primarily more disinterested demographic that would prefer to judge Freak's past as opposed to appreciate it.
Yo, what Yvette said, 4 times 25, 100.
Oh, so now you know your times tables. Yvette, occasionally proving that you're articulate doesn't mean you have business acumen. Beyond, of course, your clear mastery of basic arithmetic. We all know you can add up how much Freak makes.
Okay, Cece, that's enough.
No, you know what, Cece? You're absolutely
Anywho,
right.
Freak,
And speaking of basic arithmetic, how much of Freak's money do you take?
Okay, what did I just say about
That's
Team
what
Freak?
A manager?
What did I
Is that
just
what
say
you know?
about
No,
Team
the
Freak?
only members of Team
Good.
Freak in here are me and you.
Oh, you know what, Cece? This isn't the womb, okay? It's not just you and Freak.
Speaking of, how's that going for you?
Hey, come on.
Oh, snap!
You gonna let her
Hey,
talk to me like that, really?
It's
You need to check her now.
and I
Yo,
ain't even
check
talking
her
about
now.
Gorilla. Yo,
Yeah.
I'm out.
You know what? I think
I'm
I'll
out.
join you.
No, darlings, please. Please, have a seat. I would just love to hear what you all were just discussing. Better yet, let me guess. Hey, yo, I'm saying, dude, what you need to do is hit up these parties. Yeah, you need to show these fools how you still have mad love for the hood. Get you some flossy jewels. Make sure every time they see you whistling the new whip. Better yet, let's get us a dealership or a club or something. Never mind that house you promised your twin sister you promised you get for your parents who are still in the projects where you left them.
Yo, that's not fair. I ain't leaving my ass.
Hey,
and you
and
know I'll
don't
never
worry
leave our
about
parents in
a
the projects.
thing, fam. I'll take care of everything. All you gotta do is break me off with that bread. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Wow. You know what, Cece? I don't know what's going on with you tonight, but I think it's best you go home. We will continue our meeting here.
You asking me to leave?
Yes.
Hey, yo, Freak. It's all good, man. As a matter of fact, CC, now, I know you don't like me. You never have. Now, I don't know what I ever did to you. But at this point, does it really matter anymore? Look, I just want you to know that I'm really sorry. But whatever it was, I can honestly say it was not intentional. All right? Hey, freak. Think about what I said earlier, man. I ain't trying to catch no charge. Vet, you ready?
Let's bounce.
Cece. Okay, you know I love you more than life itself.
And how come you always put them before me? I don't put anyone above you, not even myself.
You sure about that, Cece? What would you just call all this? I mean, you come in here blowing up my spot and you insult my brother?
He's not our brother.
You disrespect my woman.
Just trying to protect you.
From who? From the likes of you? But you don't think I realize that I have vultures and blood-sucking leeches in my life? Don't think I realize that you're one of them?
Bloodsucker?
Yeah, but you know what? That's what I think the problem is. It's because you realize you're no better than them and you're ashamed. But in fact, you're worse because we share the same blood. And just because they don't have the same blood running through their veins as us, doesn't mean that they don't love me. Yeah, their love might be flawed, but it's true. What you need to understand is I don't need you to protect me anymore. I don't mind the people closest to me leeching off me. Yes, you do leech off me, and I leech off you too. You love business and you love me. I use that. Vic? Vic? You know he don't mind running these streets. He's my connection to things I don't want to deal with anymore, so I let him do him. I take care of him, and in return, he looks out for me in places you know you can't. And as much as you don't want to hear this, Yvette, she is the eye of the storm in my life right now. She is my only calm. She's my peace, my shelter. I use these people and they use me. I just don't call it that, Cece. I don't call what you do using me. I call what you do caring for me. Forgive yourself and forgive them for using the resources at their disposal to get what they need. And what you need to learn to do is just trust me. Okay, I've always had a good judge of character, even before I was born. Remember? Because I chose to come in this world with you. That's right. It was me and you in the womb just kicking it. Right? Right?
I was born first.
Yeah, you were. Swish.
Some people say you just a hanger-on, that you're a leech. Why is that the word?
Yo, because people just don't know,
They
yo.
be hating?
They be hating. They hating on my game. They hating on our friendship. See, FOF, friend of freak. See, nobody got that like I do. And everybody else wants that. Who doesn't? But that's my boy. I'm in that spot. That is my lane, and everybody else just gotta make way for that, you know?
That's him, but who are you?
Nah, man, I got my own life, you know? People think I'm just sitting back and riding on him, but that's not the case, yo. I got dreams. I got dreams, yo. See, my boy knows, right? There's two ways that I could do this. I could do it a legit way, or I could do it the crooked way. And I'm really, really, really trying not to do it the crooked way, but Freak can't help me do that.
He could put you on?
Maybe. You gotta do what you gotta do when you need to do it to get ahead. And that's what I do, and I'm just really good at it. What can I say? I get by, day by day, step by step.